Angela, thank you for joining me today on Pop Culture Unplugged.
Well, thank you, Elias, for having me. I'm really
Uh,
happy to be here.
Exciting times. We have season three from premiering in just a few days.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah,
We
what was it like returning on the for this season?
can you, sorry, I didn't quite hear you.
I said, what was it? What did it feel like returning on set for the new season?
Um, it was really exciting. I was really happy about that because we never know what's going to happen. We don't get the scripts. We get them like maybe a couple of weeks in advance,
Yeah.
but yeah, so it was just really exciting to see everybody. I really missed everybody. They're a really wonderful cast to work with. So it was just nice seeing their bright, shiny faces again. Yeah.
Yeah. I went back and I watched a few episodes ago. I was looking for your character the most, and the one thing that still remains a mystery is your storyline in this.
Yes.
What can you tell us now? What can you tell us about season three, about your character development in this season? What can you, without spoiling things, of course.
I think you see a different side of Bakta.
Mm.
I think the season two, I was pretty surly, taken aback by all the developments. She was there to just do her job. She was, that was her last bus ride. She'd gone to school, she'd gotten her degree, she was looking ahead of the rest of her life. And she just thought she'd take this job just to make a little extra money to go on vacation because she'd worked so hard. And she just wanted to get back to her family, get back to her. Well, I made a son that she wanted to get back to. So she just wants to get back to that life. So when she arrives in town and she's telling people, just get back on the bus. I don't care what's happening, let somebody else deal with it. Because to her, this is just the last ride. And I just want to get this job done and I want to be done with this job and get back to the life that, that I really feel that I deserve. And unfortunately, it doesn't work out that way for her.
Mm. How did you like approach her the character for this season coming up?
For this season coming up, I think I was just open to whatever they had in store. I thought that maybe, uh, you know, I wasn't quite sure sort of where she was going to go. And so what I found in this season three is this, you just see sort of a softer side of her.
Okay.
And she's sort of coming to grips that she's here. And I see Bakta sort of representing um, just a lot of regular everyday average people just trying to survive. So she's trying to figure out where is her place, how does she fit in, who are her friends, are there any enemies, how does she survive in this new environment. And I think coming from her background, she was a survivor of Hurricane Katrina, so she went through the absolute worst. And I think she's just sort of standing back and figuring out, what's her next move. How do I protect, my passengers? How do I protect myself? I think she has a real soft spot for Elgin, um, and she just wants to find a role in the with the townspeople. She wants to find a purpose here because I think she's realized her situation has changed, and now she has to adapt to all of these strange people around her and all of the strange, horrifying circumstances. Yeah.
When I've spoken to other cast members too, though, the one thing they get excited about is when they get the script in their hands and they're reading it over and over and over. How does it
hmm
feel like when you get that script in your hands? Like, do you get crazy like the fans do when they can't wait to see the show? How do you,
Oh well, with some of the surprises, right?
yeah.
There were some surprises, right? So I'm just discovering them as well. So even if I'm not in a particular episode, I still read it because I want to know
Mm,
what's going on. I'm invested in the characters, and I'm invested in what's going on. And you never know where those breadcrumbs that they put in there are going to lead you.
yeah.
So I really try and stay informed as best as I can, so that when I do come back and interact, I know where I'm at in the story, in the overall story. Yeah.
Mm. What's the most challenging playing this character, would you say?
Um, I think just finding her footing.
Mm.
finding out what her purpose is. Um, I came on feeling very protective of my passengers, um, wanting to sort of shepherd them away from here. And then I meet Donna, who's kind of trying to tell me, what to do. And I'm like, this is my
Yeah.
ship, okay? I don't know what you're doing, but this is my ship, and I just need to, get this
Mm.
job done so I can, get on with the rest of my life. And I think she might feel like a little rudderless now, now that the bus is no longer operational, it's been taken over by Randall. It's not a viable option anymore, and she's thrust into like Colony House and kind of all these sort of strange people. So I'm thinking she's feeling a little lost and looking for a
Mm.
purpose.
What do you love about her? And is there anything you would change about her if you could?
Hmm. I think that I think for me, just in life and with Bakta, I think she just needs to find that sense of purpose.
Mm.
So that's what I would change, that I would find her um, something something that really grounds her in the scenery of Fromville.
Interesting.
So stay tuned.
That's right. I mentioned earlier, this show's got a huge fan base, and they're called Fromly. What's been
Yes.
like they're all waiting for season 3 to come out. Like, what's been like the interaction with fans, and what do they like about your
Uh,
character? Have you heard anything?
yes, someone told me that they really liked a character because she's the one that sort of that they can identify with, and it kind of grounds them in the reality, and they really see themselves in her as all these events are unfolding. She's not used to it, right?
Yeah.
You had season one that you introduce all the main characters, and so they've been living that way for a while, and she hasn't. So I think she kind of represents those outside eyes, um, as she's just trying to find, her purpose and what's going on and how to survive and what she has to do. And some of it's, really outrageous, right?
Yeah.
Um, so I think, yeah, I was told that I was just a real grounding presence. So that was really nice to hear.
Who's been like your favorite person to work with, to have a scene with, and is there, if we see more of your character down the road, is there somebody that you would like to have more scenes with?
Um, well, I would love to work with Donna more.
Hmm.
Um, I think Liz Saunders is an amazing actor, and we did have that interaction in season two, and I think we had some real fire there. Um, and so I think that that'd be interesting working with her a lot more. And of course, Harold Perrineau. Um, I saw Harold Perrineau years ago doing Romeo and Juliet. He played, I believe, Mercutio. And when I saw that, it just changed my world. I'd never seen someone, a black actor, being the Shakespearean character on film,
Yeah.
right? Um, and I was like, wow, I was completely transfixed. So I've been watching his career.
Hmm.
I'm a character actor as well, so I've been watching his career. So everything that he was in, I was like, oh, what's he doing? What's he like? So I think that hopefully we'll be seeing more interaction between Bakta and Boyd,
Hmm.
right? Because as she sort of brought these passengers into this world, and he's the one that everyone kind of looks up to, and he's trying to protect
Yeah.
everyone in this family. So, so there's Morgan.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. So, yeah, so that's been like, that would be a real dream to work with him a lot more too.
Hmm.
He's
I
fabulous to watch.
Yeah. I was just gonna say I spoke to him last year. He might be like one of the nicest people.
He is amazing. I think we all of the cast members, look towards him. It's kind of like a bit of the captain of the ship, right, of our
Yeah.
family,
Yeah.
right? And the one thing that I found really striking about working with these amazing actors is that the show is about family,
Yeah.
and so we've all have that sense of family between all of us, right? So he's kind of like the big dad, right? He's a goofball. He loves music, um, and he's always kind. he's really kind and he's very generous with his time. So I really appreciate that. I really
Any
look up to him for that. Yeah.
any advice? Has he given any advice being on set or anything? Or have you guys talked like shop to each other about acting?
Yeah, a little bit, a little bit. I try not to like, sort of engage too heavily when people are working,
Yeah.
because they just kind of want to keep their mind in what they're doing. So, we swap some stories, and I did get a chance to tell him like, I go, it's so cool to have watched your career, and now I get to work with you.
Mm.
It's been a real honor. So, yeah, we really enjoyed our downtime, you know, making presents for putting presents together for the crew, stuff like that. So yeah, it's been wonderful working with him and everyone, frankly. Yeah.
Can you tease any like specific scene or interaction involving your character coming up that the fans are going to get excited about? Or a specific episode that you can't wait for them to watch?
Oh, you know what? There's surprises packed in every episode.
Hmm.
When it concerns Bakta, I think um, you will see more of a connection with Boyd.
Hmm. It's
Let's
awesome.
just put it that way.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed that. It really gave me a sense of purpose and for what Bakta has to look forward to. So that's been really great.
I was told to ask you, is there like a favorite character that you have on the show other than yourself?
Um, oh, I don't know. They're also really amazing in their own, individual ways. I love Victor,
Okay, yeah.
played by Scott McCord. I love to watch him work. We haven't worked together
Hmm.
on set, but I've loved watching his work. To be this kind of man child that's been abandoned in this town for so many years, it really breaks my heart, right? So when I watch him on screen, I really just admire that level of vulnerability that he has. Um, I really enjoy watching Lysandra's work, David Alpay, Ian Bailey, Catalina.
Yeah.
I think every character on there
Hmm.
has their own specific moments that make them, really special and unique. Um, yeah, so my favorite. No, I don't think I have a favorite. Like there's Ricky and Christy and sorry, I'm calling my character names. Like Chloe and no, I think Julie, Simon. Like there's so many of them. I think they're all just really unique. Yeah.
Angela, let's end this by is there a specific message you want to give to the family? Because you know they're going to tune in to watch this interview.
Well, I think you're gonna find oh, there's some really dramatic things that happen. A lot of scary things. Some new developments. Some there will be some answers. Let's
Mm.
put it that way. And what I deeply appreciate the show is the sense of family. There's the sort of the biological family members, and
Yeah.
then there's the family that people have created in that town. The love story with Fatima and Ellis. There's some surprising developments there with Elgin. Like everybody has kind of like a little pop,
Yeah.
that something kind of creepy happens. Some really scary, gory, horrifying stuff happens. I mean, I
I'm
guess that's
sure.
pretty obvious. It's already
Right.
happened in season one, season two. Um, but I think you're going to be your mouth is going to drop in a
Amazing.
couple of places. I have to say, I was surprised. I'd read the script and I was like, "What? Wait, what? Oh my gosh, really? Is that true?" Yeah.
It's awesome. And earlier today I was online too, and one of the funniest things I saw in one of those from groups was they're still complaining because they wish all the episodes would drop at once instead of weekly by weekly. I'm like, but you know what? Sometimes that's a good thing.
I think with each episode, there's so much to unpack. It's probably a good thing that they don't.
Right.
Um, because I think there's little bits and pieces of breadcrumbs in every one of them, and people like to kind of go back and assess and, is this clue going to lead somewhere? And there's a lot of that
Mm,
coming up. There's some new challenges that the um, people in town face
right.
that are really dire, right? Some new challenges. So it's not just the monsters that they have to worry about now.
Yeah.
So there's some stuff coming up there. Yeah.
Amazing.
I mean, you didn't think it would get any worse than monsters, but then there's some new things that they have to overcome. Yeah.
Even better. I love it. I mean, I love the mystery of it. Angela, I want to thank you for giving me a few minutes today. This was great. And hopefully we see season four. Hopefully we see more of your character and we'll get you back on.
I look forward to that, and I want everyone to tune in every week and chew things over. And unfortunately, I can't really answer much of anything, but that's part of the fun, right?
Right.
That's part of the
Right.
fun in Fromily, right?
Amazing.
So,
Amazing.
yeah.